Hello tubers, KingGrimlock back once again for another Grimgram, and first off, as ever, a little bit of housekeeping and an apology for not doing the Grimgram on Tuesday. I've been signed off sick this week, and Tuesday I don't think I could have got 2 words out without hacking my guts up on camera. I'm sure you wouldn't want to see that. And secondly, a big and thank you to Patient 037 Sam for his shout out in his video. Always a very kind man with his time. An apology, I guess, to everybody's videos who I haven't had the time to watch. I haven't had time, really, to do anything except for laying my pit and feel rough. So, today I'm going to inundate you with Grimgrams and hopefully get some videos watched. On to today's first subject, and we have Universe Cheetor. Now, this is a request for my friend, the True Phantasm, Nick, who asked me to do a Beast Wars figure, and being a bad Transformers collector, I don't actually own Beast Wars figures anyway. And he agreed to let me do this as the replacement, which is good because it's one that I did want to do in the near future as well. Now, the Beast Wars section of the Universe line was fairly much maligned because none of the figures were said to better their original counterparts. Dinobot, Cheetor, and Leo Prime were the 3 that spring to mind at the moment. And they all seem to lack something. While giving amazing beast modes, as you can see, their robot mode was said to be lacking. Let's take a closer look and see if that is actually true. First off, let's take a look at Cheetor's beast mode, and as you can see, it is amazing. It's highly detailed, amazing. Each muscle's picked out in the sculpt, from the legs, on the flanks, on the shoulders, just everything's also sculpted fur all over the body. Everywhere there is a area of beast, it's sculpted. The tail is sculpted all around the face. Everywhere is completely sculpted underneath, on the underside of the paws. Brilliant. Just that extra level of detail really aids this figure. And also, it's done a fantastic job of hiding its robot mode. Now, if you look, you can see hands, and you can see blue bits, but overall there's nothing to say that's a robot. That, I mean, for me is, I'm almost in the hand, you hide the hands, but you know, that's a very successful job. That's very successful in being what it is. He does have a pointless gimmick. Ready? Yeah. Green, red, happy, angry. It doesn't stay locked either, which is really irritating. It's just a clip on the back that pulls the head up, change the eye colour, reveal the teeth. It's nothing, it's not a gimmick, it's pointless. If it had clipped in place so you could actually alter it, or I tell you what, take it out and just leave it as a lock on the head. Yeah, and you'll see why I say take it out in the robot mode. But back to the Beast, which is probably the best mode, so I should really focus on this as long as possible. The detailing, as I said, is superb. The articulation is also wrist, elbow, shoulder. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately. It would be nice to have had a bit of a twist in there. Again, at the rear, all the same. Tail moves up and down. Oh, you're making me happy, Cheetor. Yeah, nothing at the head, but that's because of this dumb gimmick. A toy that is hampered by its gimmick in this mode, and when you think that it's been designed to be an accurate cheetah, and unfortunately, we often find that an accurate alt mode leads to a very unsuccessful robot mode, and Universe Cheetor, to be honest, is absolutely no different. From the waist down, he's very, very nice, actually. He has excellent articulation around the knee, it's got swivel in the thigh, ball-jointed hips, and he also has the articulation that he has in cat mode, which means you can actually, if you are brave, get him to an extra bit of height. I can't balance him in that mode. I don't think many people can. But the legs give the articulation and give him some very nice posability. Unfortunately, it's when you go above the waist section that things start to go wrong. We'll start off with the weaponry. His tail sword doesn't even look remotely menacing. It looks like, I don't know, is it a sword? Is it a whip? Is it a feather duster? It's disappointing at best. It can go. And these throwing stars. Now, when's Cheetor ever had a throwing star? Cheetor has always had a gun. In every incarnation I can ever remember, he has had a gun. Not some samurai prowl poor replica. They're not even detailed. There is no detail on them at all. And it's very disappointing. Their storage is very clever. They actually fit in the flanks, or top half of the leg, of the cat mode. I'm not going to take that one out because they're a nightmare to get back in. But the storage is very good. It's just... okay, let's go for it. The reason I didn't spend too much time on beast mode is so I could go through all the problems of the bot mode. And as I've already gone through half the bot mode, you're going to have to worry about how bad this is going to get. Now, the arms are hampered in their movement and their articulation by the fact they are just the cat mode arms folded up. It looks ugly. I mean, you can't do anything with them. There's no wrist articulation for the obvious reason because of it. Yeah, they're just a mess. And also, he has a habit doing that too. I think he knows that he's not very good. I mean, okay, let's get past all this nitpicking and go to the big problem. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a backpack. Backpack with a flap. Now, is it just me, or in 2009, should we be able to have a toy that doesn't have half of its alt mode hanging off its back? I mean, fold it up, yes, we can accept, but because you still have this stupid gimmick, this pointless gimmick, we're left with this massive space that just looks a mess and leaves these huge gaps all the way through both modes. This mode, in all areas. Oh, just disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. The head sculpt isn't even that good either. I mean, what's nice? Shall we try and find that on the upper body? The juxtaposition between the plain and very smooth and deliberately undetailed robot mode parts and the lovely sculpted beast parts really does highlight the techno-organic nature of Cheetor. I do like that a lot. I like the blue. I love this metallic blue that they've used for it. I think it's a lovely colour. I think the maximal symbol's nice. Yeah. To summarise, I got this guy for £4 and I'm this disappointed by him. I transformed him once to this mode, because he comes in cat mode. He got transformed back fairly sharpish and is displayed in cat mode, because don't get me wrong, the Cheetor mode, the cheetah mode, is very, very, very nice and fits in very nicely with the Classics Universe line, as there are other figures in that line that you do display in their alt mode. For example, Leo Prime. Oh, dear me. But it's hard to recommend this guy. It really is. It's a missed opportunity by Hasbro. And it's missed because of a gimmick. And a lot of toys have fallen foul to that over the years, and I thought they'd learnt their lesson. But clearly, 2009 was no exception to all the years before.